driver here in Phoenix, Arizona. How is everybody doing out there on Tuesday? It is 8 a.m. That's right. I am done for the day once again. That's right. Had some very interesting passengers today. Had a really good day in the valley once again. But, I want to talk about ratings. I want to talk about ratings for Uber and for Lyft and how it works. Now, there's a 5-star rating for Uber. There's a 5-star rating for Lyft. And the way it works is drivers rate passengers, passengers rate drivers up to 5 stars. Now, the way it works with Uber is that you have, once you're done with the trip, it automatically pops up, the rating pops up, and you have the 5 stars, you hit the 5th star, then you submit it. If there were bad passengers, of course you're going to rate down, 5 stars down, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, or 1 star, whatever the rating was, or whatever the incident was in your vehicle as far as a passenger being in your vehicle. You're going to rate that passenger. Now, passengers rate drivers, which is really scary at times. It could be bad because the way passengers, they could rate drivers, and it's scary because you may have a passenger that just don't care about anybody that might rate you a 1 star. Or you might have a passenger that's having a bad day, or you might have a passenger that really just don't care. They're going to rate you a 1 star or 2 star or whatever. There's passengers out there that will rate you a 1 star and leave a comment, even leave a comment with Uber support and mess you all up. They could lie. They could say, your car was, extremely dirty, or, you were intoxicated, or your car was wrecked, or you're driving, you're driving careless, or whatever the case is, whatever they say. I've had a lot of Uber support contact me in incidents that driver put down false statements, and they're false statements. If you're a good driver, you're doing what you're doing, you're abiding by all the rules and regulations, then you have nothing to worry about. The rating system is, to me, it's just not it's not good. It really isn't, because if you get low ratings, you can possibly get deactivated. Just depending on how low the ratings are. Of course, you want to be at a 5-star rating, but ratings are just, they're scary. Drivers can get bad ratings from passengers that they're in bad moods, or whatever the case is. They could be in a bad mood. They could be, or they could just rate every driver a 1 star, which is, kind of awful, because you're supposed to be honest. You're supposed to be honest when you rate, but not everybody out there is honest. And it has a lot to do with passengers mostly. Drivers, they're going to be honest. They're going to be totally honest as far as rating goes, as far as everything else goes in driving with Uber or Lyft. But passengers, they can rate you bad. They can ruin you. They can ruin you big time. I'm not worried about that, because whether they rate me bad or whether they say something that is a lie, I'm not worried about that. I do my job 100%. I have a lot to back it up. Also, it's always important to have one of these. This is very important. This right here will keep your ratings up. For the most part, they cannot lie. They cannot lie with a camera in their face. Now, you're going to get some that don't care and will still lie. They just don't care. They'll ruin your driving record, or they'll get you deactivated for a lie. So it's always good to have a camera in your car. That way they know, some of them know they just can't get away with it. Plain and simple, they can't lie. But some won't, some don't care. They'll lie. They'll lie, they'll say whatever. Your ratings will go down. You may get deactivated. But anyhow, that's how ratings work. Passengers can rate drivers, drivers can rate passengers. But it's scary that the passengers can rate drivers because they could lie. If they're in a bad mood or whatever the case is, they can rate you, a 1 star, a 2 star, a 3 star, anything but a 5 star. Now, I don't tell any of my passengers about rating me. There's other drivers that do. You can tell your passengers, about the rate system. But to me, I'm not too worried about ratings. I'm just not worried about it. Whether my ratings are low or whether it's high, it doesn't really matter because most of them lie. Plain and simple. That's it. And to top it off, a lot of them don't even rate you. A lot of them just let it go. They don't even rate you. I mean, it comes up, but you don't have to rate somebody. You could just let it be. And the way that Lyft's ratings work, it's a little weird because it doesn't pop up after every trip for a driver. You have to physically go into the app to that actual trip and rate that customer. Now, I don't know how it works the other end for a Lyft passenger to rate a driver, but I'm a 5-star. I'm a 5-star with Lyft. Uber, I'm a little bit low with Uber. But I got to get the ratings back up. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about my ratings. As long as you do your job 100%, the ratings don't mean crap. I mean, they do, but, you got to do your job 100%. Do your job and do your job right, and the ratings shouldn't really matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. As long as you do your job and Uber and Lyft know that you're taking the trips, you're completing your trips, you're not just canceling, you're not just letting the trip go by. You're actually accepting the trips and you're finishing the job. You're making them money, and that's what counts. I mean, the ratings has a big part to it. Don't get me wrong, it does, but I wouldn't be worried about it too much. As long as you're doing your job. Now, if you're not doing your job and those ratings go down, then it's going to be bad news all the way around. You'll get deactivated. You have no proof of telling them, you did this right, you did that right. You don't have a camera, you're really screwed. Get a camera. Get a dash camera, and your ratings should be a lot better. But that's how ratings work. They're 5 stars, from 1 star to 5-star rating. Anytime you rate a passenger, you can rate them which your discretion. Anytime a passenger rates a driver, it's under their discretion. But you never know. You never know with passengers. I mean, everybody's different in the world. Everybody has different personalities. Everybody's just built different. So with that being said, just do your job 100% and your ratings should be good. That's it. Plain and simple. That's how ratings work. I mean, it's not that bad. It can be bad if you're not doing your job correctly. Do your job correctly, you should be fine. Now, you may counter a bad rating that might ruin you, but still, get that dash camera. Get things to protect you. Get things to protect your butt in case you have a passenger that wants to rate you a 1 star or lie and say, your car's damaged or whatever the case is. Make sure that you cover yourself 100%. Get that dash camera, put it in there, and you shouldn't have no problems. You really shouldn't have no problems. Although it can be a little tricky. You might get that one customer that might lie to their teeth. So just make sure you cover your butt 100%. But that's all I had to say about ratings, and that's how it works. That's how the ratings work. If you want to leave me a comment of that, you're more than welcome to. I'll get to it as quickly as possible. But not too bad. Not too bad Tuesday. I think my Tuesday was more busier than yesterday, my Monday. So here at the car wash, just got done. Getting ready to go to the gas station, fill up. And guess what? I'm going home. That's right. I am going home for the day. You know, I had another comment. I have a few comments here and there. And one in particular had this comment yesterday. I did a video and it was a referral program. If you're tired of your boss, you know, I can help you with invite codes to drive with Uber and Lyft. Now, on the video, I specified that you can drive only up to 12 hours. Then they cut you off. They cut you off. You gotta sit for 6 hours. And then you'll get your 12 hours back. But you could drive 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, and then sit around and go back on. You know, depending on how long you sit, a couple hours, 4 hours, you'll get time back. Not all of it, but you'll get some time back. And then you can drive again. But you can drive up to 12 hours, and they cut you off. It's a 12-hour mark. You can't drive no more than 12 hours. 12 hours is the limit. It's the limit for any driver out there, CDL, any driver out there. You can only drive up to 12 hours at a time. And then you gotta sit for about a 6-hour period to get that time back. So one of my comments, they must have not watched the video all the way through, or they was just a hater. You get those. So he commented saying that I had lied about working 12 hours, that I had said you could work more than 12 hours, which that's a lie. So if you're watching this video, I would suggest you watch the last video through the whole thing to the end. Then you will see that I specify that you work only 12 hours at a time. That's it. You cannot work more than 12 hours, period. So, wanted to throw that out there. Have a lot of haters that talk trash about certain things, and you know, you can't talk trash unless you watch the whole video. That's it. You can't just watch part of the video and say, oh, you're talking this, you're talking that, you're talking nonsense, you're lying. Period. No, it doesn't work that way. Watch the whole video, then make a comment on it. That's what I suggest. So, wanted to throw that out there because this comment was just sticking out there like a sore thumb, and I wanted to clarify that. So, UNL driver here in Phoenix, Arizona area. It is now a little bit after 8 a.m. Wanted to talk about ratings. Talked about that. Anybody has a comment on that? Shoot me a comment on that or email. I'll be more than welcome to answer any comments on those. Any questions about any of the ratings and any of the driving for 12-hour shifts, and you got to sit for 6 hours. Any of my videos. If you want to comment in any of my videos, send me a comment. If you want questions, send me a comment, because I'm more than happy to answer any questions. More than happy. But make sure you watch the whole video. Watch the whole video before you start answering any questions or comments. With that being said, UNL driver here, Phoenix metropolitan area. It is a little bit after 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. I am going to go put gas and I'm going home. So, you know what's coming next. Oh yeah, you know what's next. Peace out.
Hyped up, this is how we're feeling. Girl, them in the party look so appealing.